Welcome to race number 5 of the Diecast Indycar League. Here are your point standings for today's race. As we have entered the month of March, we are at the Indianapolis Road Course today. Here are your point standings. Graham Rahal has a 7-point lead over Kyle Kirkwood and Alexander Rossi. Marcus Ericsson 4th, 13 points back. Pato O'Ward rounds out your top 5, 23 points back. Now let's take a look at your starting lineup for today's race. Doggo. Ironically, on pole, it's the top 2 in points. Graham Rahal and Kyle Kirkwood, starting out your front row. Row 2 is Nolan Siegel and Stingray Robb. Row 3, Marcus Ericsson, Christian Rasmussen. Row 4, Will Power, Louis Foster. And rounding out the top 10 today is Joseph Newgarden and Alex Palou. Here's the rest of your field. So 15 laps of the Indianapolis Road Course. We'll see who takes race 5, the prelude to the Indianapolis 500. Here we go at the Indianapolis Road Course. Points leader Graham Rahal. Championship challenger Kyle Kirkwood. Lead the field, the green run away. Graham Rahal gets pushed to the lead, followed by Stingray in second, Rasmussen third, Kirkwood falls all the way back to fourth, then Nolan, Power, and Ericsson round out your top 7. Foster and Palou trying to get involved in this battle. Here comes Joseph as well, rounding out your top 10, as we are side by side and 3 wide behind the pack. Here comes a big shove. Marcus Ericsson, Louis Foster, and Alex Palou are riding their way to the front. 3 wide back there. This is for 7th. Power on the inside, Nolan in the middle, Palou up top. The Andretti teammates fight for 4th. Kirkwood and Ericsson. As it's still the 15 of Graham Rahal leading the way, and here comes Stingray to the inside of Graham with a push from Rasmussen. Stingray Robb to the lead. As we begin lap 3, now Rasmussen goes to the inside. Marcus Ericsson makes a big charge, and here's Louis Foster. Normal teams, new players. Marcus Ericsson goes to the lead. As we begin lap number 3. Side by side, this is for, I believe that's 6th. Palou passes Kirkwood. And then the Rahal teammates of Foster and Graham, side by side, looks like Foster may win out. And try and push Stingray up ahead of Marcus Ericsson, who leads the way. Big push. They're going to go 3 wide. Stingray and Rasmussen split Ericsson, and Stingray goes to the lead. It looks like, no, Rasmussen gets the push from Graham, and Foster goes into 3rd. Stingray right there. Ericsson right there as well. Palou, Kirkwood, Power, and Nolan fighting back there. But it's Christian Rasmussen in the lead. But really outshined by his teammate at ECR, Rossi. But Alexander Rossi finds himself in last, which is where Rasmussen's been for most of the season. And today it's a complete flip-flop. Rasmussen in the front, Rossi in the back. It's been the other way around for ECR this year. late push for Graham Rahal as he takes the lead on lap number 5. Oh, there's contact. There they go. There's a crash. Christian Rasmussen goes around. Louis Foster is in it. Another crash for the 45. And this happens right at the start-finish line. Louis Foster goes around. Hard into the inside wall for the 45 number Hy-Vee Honda for Rahal, Letterman, Lanigan. Christian Rasmussen is destroyed, as well as Marcus Ericsson. And Stingray Rob. Stingray, who's had a really quietly good season for Juncos Hollinger so far. Unfortunately, he gets taken out here. So, unfortunate accident for all those drivers, as Marcus Ericsson was up high in the points, as well as Stingray, but Rasmussen and Foster have been in the back of the points all year. And this changes everything. We'll have a restart on lap number 8. With Graham leading, Palou now second, Kirkwood third, Power fourth, Nolan up to 5th, Joseph Newgarden in 6th, Connor 7th, Scotty Mack in 8th, 9th is Lundgaard, Dixon is 10th, Jacob Abel finds himself 11th, and the only rookie in the field, Pato 12th, Kiffin 13th, Colton 14th, Rossi 15th. So before we go back green, let's take a look at the results situated. Louis Foster has had improvements after the first 2 races, which were rough for him. St. Pete 17th, Thermal Club 19th, got an 11th at Long Beach and 8th at Barber, and today has 16th. Unfortunate for him. Stingray has finished in the top 10 every single race until now, 17th for him. Christian Rasmussen, who's had a really rough season, 16th, 14th, 19th, got a top 10 finally last week at Barber with a 9th, was leading today. We were starting to see flashes, but unfortunately he got caught up in an accident. 18th for him. And Marcus Ericsson, who's been really decent, really good all year. 10th at St. Pete, 11th at the Thermal Club, 7th at Long Beach, a win last week at Barber, which was a shock. And then this week, last, 0 to hero, or 0 to 0, real quick. Here we go. Lap 8. Graham will lead Palou and Kirkwood to the green. Here we go. Green flag is out. Graham into the lead. Now here comes Palou looking to the pass. Kirkwood going through. Will Power looking as well. Side-by-side action throughout the pack. But a lot of good action going on right now in front of the field. As Alex Palou finds himself in the lead of one of these races for once. Now the question is, can he hold it? Palou's been a really solid driver this year, but he hasn't been able to figure out how to win a race yet. That could change today. But he's got 2 race winners right behind him. Oh, Will Power. Power gets loose. Here comes Graham Rahal as we begin lap number 9. Palou gets squirrely. Graham to the inside. Contact between the 2 leaders. Kirkwood passes Power for 4th. Here come the Arrow McLaren drivers of Nolan and Lundgaard coming into the mix. How about that? Lundgaard has not been in the mix of it at all this year, and here he finds himself. Penske's got to run good here. Roger owns the track. They're up front, all 3 of them. Here comes Scotty Mack, making a pass on Nolan and Lundgaard, it looks like. Here on lap number 9. 3 wide for 3rd, Joseph, Power, and Kirkwood. But the battle for the lead rages on between Palou and Graham, and Palou takes the lead back. Here comes Graham on the outside again. Lap number 10. Graham to the outside of Palou. Palou rises back to the occasion. Palou and Graham still side by side. Kyle Kirkwood looks to clear Will Power, but that will not be the case. Power gets a push from Joseph, and Power and Joseph go to third and fourth. I don't like where Kyle Kirkwood is right now. He has none of his teammates up front, and a lot of drivers with teammates are coming up right behind him. Nolan Siegel, Will Power, Joseph Newgarden, who are already ahead of him. As here's Joseph looking at the inside of Will for third, while Graham gets the lead from Palou. Graham Rahal, the current points leader. Oh, Palou gives him the tap. Palou looks to the inside on lap 11. Here come the Penske boys. Will Power gives Graham a shove, and Graham takes the lead. No, Palou stays to the inside. Nolan and Scotty Mack go right by Kirkwood. Still looking good right now for Graham, and there's crash. Again, it's Nolan Siegel. It's Nolan Siegel spinning down the back straightaway and into the inside wall hard. Man. Unfortunate for Nolan Siegel. Another good run for him, and it's going to be taken away as he crashes. He hit, it looked like Will Power, and he got loose and spun. Just kind of like the same incident, I believe, Long Beach, where he ran into the back of Pato and spun and backed into the wall. This time, a heavy frontal impact for the number 6 of Nolan Siegel. And he's having a rough season. He's shown flashes, just like today. At that same week, wherever he crashed, I can't remember if it was Long Beach or Barber, but he was battling Pato for the lead, and then it all went to hell. So another good effort for Nolan, wasted by crashing out. Nolan will finish 15th. Here's his season so far. 11th at St. Pete, 8th at Thermal Club, 16th at Long Beach, 19th at Barber. I think it was actually last week when that happened, and a 15th today. But the 6th team is starting to improve, so that's good news for Nolan Siegel fans. Here we go. It's going to be a 2-lap shootout for the win here at Indy. Graham Rahal leads. Alex Palou 2nd. Will Power 3rd. Joseph Newgarden 4th. Scotty Mack 5th. Penske 3, 4, 5. They can blow right by the 15 and 10 if they want to. Kirkwood 6th. Lundgaard 7th. Connor 8th. Dixon 9th. Abel 10th. Pato 11th. Colton 12th. Kiffin 13th. Rossi 14th. Here we go. Green, white, checkered at Indy. Here we go. We're green. And the Penske boys go right ahead. Will Power in the lead. They're 4 wide behind. Palou making a charge. Here comes Palou. Palou trying to make a charge on the outside. It'll be side by side between him and Will Power. Here they go down the front straightaway heading into turn number 1. It's going to be a thrilling finish, it looks like. Looks like it's going to be a 6-car fight for the win, as here they go. Palou looks like he's out ahead. A lot of contact going on between the top 6. Palou and Power finding themselves side by side for the lead. Palou and Power side by side coming to the white flag. Here comes Scotty Mack and Joseph Newgarden out of nowhere. Scotty Mack into the lead. Joseph in the second. Palou and Power were so worried about each other. that they let the 3 and the 2 go by. And this could be a Penske 1, 2, 3. Scotty Mack into the lead, looking for his first win, and Penske's third of the season already. Can they do it? Side by side between the top 2 in points, Graham and Kirkwood. Kirkwood gets ahead. Who's going to win this battle for third? It's going to be a crash. Will Power goes around. Alex Palou is in it, and so is Scotty Mack. Oh man, that is... Wow, this has changed everything. Power got into Palou as Palou was going to push Scotty Mack. They caught back up, and it's a big crash. And this is going to leave Joseph scot-free for the win. As I'm surprised no cautionist came out yet. Will Power is destroyed. Alex Palou is around. And so is Scotty Mack. So close yet so far. And the caution does come out. It's a full course caution. Second win of the season for Joseph Newgarden. He'll score it at the Indy GP. Joseph Newgarden wins at Indianapolis. Kyle Kirkwood second. Graham Rahal comes home in third. How about Scott Dixon coming home in fourth? Fifth place. How about Connor Daly coming home in fifth? How about that for him? Sixth for Jacob Abel. Seventh for Christian Lundgaard. Good runs for them. Eighth for Pato Award. Colton Herta finally gets a top 10. Alexander Rossi and Kiffin Simpson round out the pack of 12 cars. But what a win for Joseph Newgarden. I gotta see how I can do the results here, but Kyle Kirkwood, Graham third, Dixon fourth, Connor fifth, Abel sixth, Lundgaard seventh, Pato eighth, Colton ninth, Rossi 10th, and Kiffin's 11th. Wow, only 11 cars finished. So 12th is Will, 13th is Palou, 14th is Scotty Mack. So let me get those three taken care of before we show Joseph Newgarden doing burnouts in front of the grandstands. Probably in oval turn 1, but the final corner of the Indy road course. 3 straight 14th place finishes for Scotty Mack. Man. Palou 13th, Power 12th. Second win of the season for Joseph Newgarden. Penske's third out of 5 races. Looks like Penske's going to be dominant. So, burnouts coming for Joseph Newgarden as he wins the prelude to the Indianapolis 500. What a win for Joseph Newgarden. He gets it done for Team Penske at Rogers Track, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Next week, it's the Indianapolis 500, the crown jewel event of Indycar. Thank you for watching the Diecast Indycar League. See y'all later. RV out. Peace. Congrats to Joseph.